Today on Can Haz Armory, how to hopefully make a beater bar to kick straight and realign metal strips. Wish me luck. So part of the problem with the metal strips, they kind of can lock together, but you have to kick them together because they're not all abutting the panels. So when you finish putting down however many panels are, whether it's a meter and a half panel or a meter wide panel, you usually have to put a roll of tape under the back end so it holds up in the air, and you sit down and you 1, 2, 3 kick with your feet several times and kind of jam them together, because they can compress as much as 2 or 3 inches, depending how far apart the panels are, and you want them abutting so you have good connectivity from panel to panel in case of the floor head. At Nationals this year in Columbus in 2024, though, we had a different way of doing it, which was so much easier. One of the armors had carved a beater bar. It's very simple, a 2-foot long piece of 4x4 pine, and about 1 inch in the bottom, he carved out an 1 inch wide and 1 inch deep groove. And what we do would be to put the strips together. Here's the groove. Here's the end of the strip, and we go into there, and then we take an 8-pound sledgehammer and kind of golf putt it against the back end of the and the bar, and you smack the strips together. If the strips, however, started stair-stepping, meaning they're sliding panels side to side this way, we used to use like a 3-pound dead flow hammer, which if you didn't have good technique or good mass behind you, would not move. Put the beater bar down, put the bottom edge against part it's sticking out, smack with a hammer, and it does this and it lines up again. And I was able to align a strip on myself. And the second half of Nationals, which is really great. So I realized we need to have these. The ones at National they look like a rubber or plastic block that it had the groove carved. I don't have the ability to do that, so I'm going to try and make it a laminate version out of several pieces of wood. I've got 3 pieces of 1 inch thick, 4 inch wide, 2 feet long. I think they're poplar. I have 3 of those, and I had one that's 1 by 3 by 2 feet, and that will, of course, be the slot. I'm going to glue those together, and then after the glue dries and sets, I'm going to screw them together with some deck screws so we have even more stability, more hold together. And then I'm going to screw a metal plate in the back, which will be the strike plate where the hammer is going to hit. Because if I hit wood with a sledgehammer, it's going to dent the wood and may not, start making it come apart, and may not impart all the force into the strip. But if I had a metal back plate, I can whack that, and it should hold together. And complete beater bar. You can see the slot in the front there. And then we go to the back view. There's a strike plate. There's meant to protect the wood and the ends. Now, unfortunately, we did use this quite a bit at Ontario. We started seeing cracking in the bottom of the plate. You can see the glue mark. Then by the time we got to Santa Clara, it started coming apart. I had to tape it together, and this is the end of it. It actually did not survive Santa Clara. I had to throw it away because it was falling apart so much. It did serve its purpose. It was as durable as I thought it would be, because there's a laminate as opposed to a single piece. So now we're going to remake this with a solid piece of 4x4 like I originally wanted to do, and we'll see how it works. It actually did work a lot better. Okay, so here are the parts of the beater bar. I have a solid piece of 4x4 here. I've already marked where some screws are going to go. For this back plate here, this is a strike plate to be on the back side of the board, of the block. This is where the sledgehammer will impact. This 1 by 2 strip is going to be the shelf where the strip panels will lay on. Again, I've already marked where I want those screws to go so they don't line up with the holes here. Then I have glue, foam to rub it down with, a drill bit, handle to carry with, and these screws. So let me show you how to put this sucker together. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is drill some pilot holes for the bigger screws. The marks back here. All the pilot holes at the same time. pilot holes or so when I put these screws in, it doesn't split the wood right away. So first I'm going to do is I'm also going to change the bit here from the start that came with the screws. And I'm going to take one of these and drill it through until it sticks through a little bit. So I'm going to hang off the edge of the table here. Not go through yet. There it is. So now it's starting to stick out. So now I'm going to go to the block here. So this is the side I'm going to have the strike plate on. Go on this side here. I'm going to drill, back it a little bit here. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure these are lined up and drill this partially into that block. Back that up a bit too. Oops. I'm going to back that a little bit because I realized that I need to drill a pilot hole there as well. So what I'm going to do is pull this through a little bit. A little bit, and now I'm going to, oops, not that, what I want to do. These pilot holes are already done. I'm going to put the rest of these drill holes through and mark the pilot holes for this one. So 5 total. There's 4 more. Drill the rest of these pilot holes, just hold it in place without doing it. Here next. It's there. Center one. Okay, there's that. Oops. Losing the bit. Last one. Okay, now I pull 4 of these out. Actually, 5 out. Now they're marked. Drill these pilot holes. Well, I'm not worried about the wood splitting. I'm worried about how easy it is to get the thing in. So I'm going to put the first one back in. Poke it out a bit, put it in the spot. Now it's in the right spot. Go down. Not quite all the way though, because now comes the glue part. While I do like the idea of 5 screws going together, I also want to have it glued to make sure it stays there. So let's swing that aside. Pop my glue open. Make sure it's open at the bottom here. Yep. Foamy. Some glue along here. And also on the underside of this part. Let's now it's going to drip anyway, so I'm not worried about it. Take my foamy brush, spray it down, so back up. Foamy brush again. Again, I don't care about the glue on the thing so much. Put it in place, and I'll put the next screw down. Next deck screw. See if I'm in the right spot. Let's see. Yep, right spot, and that's down now. And that's down. Put the other ones down. Put the center one now. Now take my old green towel I used to wipe off blades with from the aspirin tank, wipe the glue down. A little closer. There's it. So there is the shelf that the strip's going to sit on. And then that's what's gonna lay against and pound in. This is down. This is down. It's screwed in and glued in. A couple spots. A little more drilling down here. Okay. That's what it's much more against. Now let's look at the back side for the strike plate. It's gonna go right here. So where the strike plate is, this is where the hammer is going to hit. I already marked where the screw is going to go. So again, I'll take the pilot hole one, line this up where the holes are going to be. Drill pilot holes. I'm actually putting in 8 screws. Make sure it holds. Okay. Just bits. 8 more of these screws. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these screws are cabinet screws. Number 8 by 2 3/4 because of the size of what I've got. Also, when they go through the bottom part here, they also go partially into this wood, they'll definitely hold it in place. So there's that. Let's get them lined up right. Oops. Okay, let's get the rest of it down. One more down. Okay, this is bad boy down now. Let's back up a little bit. Okay, that's in. Strike plate's in. Shelf's in. Now last is the handle. This sucker's heavy. I'm going to use 4 more of the cabinet screws to make sure that this thing stays. And the way I did this up is none of the screws should impact each other. They're all different spots, not can hit each other, interfere with each other. So this is not decided marked, so let's see where center is on this. Okay, 24 inches. So there's 12. Right about there. That's where I want it. He does it. Alrighty. Take the pilot drill. Put these in. And there she is. There is my beater bar. We'll give it a test drive at the Torrance Meade Anderson Memorial Regional. And if this works out, I'll try it on Ontario. And we'll see how it works. Stand by. So they did not tape these strips down, which made it easier to lift the strip ends up. I put a second rail on it at the suggestion of their armor to help hold it in place. Watch the end of the reel, watch how much the strip moves. As I golf putt it, I'm letting the 8-pound steel mass do the work. I'm not swinging it really hard. You see how much it moved, and that can put the strip together. This is an example of stair stepping, where it's the panels that slid side to side. You have to use the bar in a little different manner here, which we'll see in a second. Here it comes. So you use the base of it to, again, knock it back into place so they're more or less straight. Takes a little more work sometimes. There's the completed current beater bar. This one has been sent to Santa Clara, so it will be there for the SYC in the future, so I'm not driving that anymore, and they'll have it up there for me along with the hammer. And that is how you make and use a beater bar to compress the strips, realign the strips when you use a metal strip. Happy armoring!